Hello and welcome to Arcade Classics. In this installment, the game is Sonic Wings, otherwise known as Aero Fighters. This game was released by Video Systems in 1992 and is one of the greatest shooters that I can think of. Aero Fighters would go on to be a major franchise for the Neo Geo, but it originally started off as a dedicated arcade machine, so let's play some of this. There are 4 playable fighters, I guess, so I don't know, let's choose the Japanese one. I am Hey. So it's your typical shoot 'em up, where you are a plane and you're blowing up other planes. But you know what? These kind of games were all the rage back in the day, and they're so much fun. The subsequent Aero Fighter games that came out for the Neo Geo had ridiculous characters and plots, such as like being able to play as a flying dolphin that's piloting a jet fighter that's taking out all these other enemies and then talks. It's like just bizarre stuff. But you know, who cares? Because when the gameplay is fun, that's all that matters. So as I frequently say in these kind of videos, I am terrible at this type of game, but I absolutely love this type of game, and I guess that's because I played a whole bunch of these games when I was a kid. And, you know, I still love them, even though I'm really bad at them. The games require you to basically have, like, razor-sharp reflexes. And a lot of the times, that's not me. See what I mean? But I do like some of the gameplay elements that are thrown into the game, such as, like, when you die, your power-ups fly off of you, and then you can go and recollect them. Of course, if you're going to play this game through emulation, as I'm doing here, it's best to play them with an actual arcade stick, and you know, not just use a D-pad or something. And you know, as I record this, I'm using one of my arcade sticks that I have, and it's a really satisfying experience to play, you know, the arcade experience with an arcade stick, and not just use like a crummy D-pad or something. At some point, Aero Fighters 1 was ported to the Super Nintendo, even though the Super Nintendo was not exactly known for having high-quality arcade ports of shoot-em-ups like this, being relatively slow with its processor and all that. And the Super Nintendo version is decent. You know, I'm not going to say that it's a bad port, but, you know, if you can, you gotta play the original arcade version, right? You can also set off crazy bombs. Of course, when I'm playing a game like this, I always like to, you know, target a specific part of an enemy first, and then take out like one wing or then the other. So there's my first death. So let's throw in virtual credits and start playing. because I was, generally speaking, terrible at these kind of games, back in the day when I did go to arcades, I would maybe spend like $1 or so, like maybe get 4 tries on a single game, and then I was like, I couldn't justify spending more than that, even if I really, really liked the game, or if I was far into the game. Like, it was just, you know, I would go move on and want to play like a fighting game next, or something like that. So, you know, hooray for emulation and virtual quarters, so you can just keep playing if you want, and there's no pressure, because you're not, you know, wasting real money. I like how overtly Japanese this game is in some respects, like when you picking up the money icons are just Japanese yen symbols. Like little things like that are just, you know, very obviously Japanese, but I probably wouldn't have noticed them when I was a kid. I don't have any real memories of playing Aero Fighters 1 when I was a kid, but I do certainly remember Aero Fighters 2 and Aero Fighters 3 on the Neo Geo. And in fact, when I bought my MVS, what am I thinking of? Aero Fighters 2 was a game that came with my system, and it's a game, you know, that I'm very happy to own. You know, it's definitely one of my favorite Neo Geo games. Multiple credits. Yeah. The game is Tate, of course, because, you know, almost all arcade games were Tate, except for like very few that were actually 4x3 or even widescreen. A couple games were. And, you know, that suits me just fine, because this type of game, you know, really works, you know, with a Tate monitor and a Tate display. It just kind of sucks if you have like an HD TV that's, you know, 16:9, of course, because a lot of the screen is just black. It's a waste of space. But, you know, considering that these kind of games were never designed for even a 4x3 display, let alone a 16:9 display, you know, it's kind of forgivable. Bam. Whoops. You know, I kind of wonder sometimes when I play games like this if I'd have better control if I was using a D-pad or something and not just using an arcade stick. But I kind of feel like they really, to get the full experience, it really demands an arcade stick. And, you know, whenever possible, in any arcade classics showcase in the future, I'm going to be using this arcade stick that I have. And stay tuned to the Controller Chronicles, because I'm probably going to be talking about the arcade stick that I own in a near future episode. When it comes to arcades, you know, I'm a stickler for you know, really the high quality parts. You know, I want to use the highest quality stuff I can. Like, so I'm typically going to use a lot of Sanwa parts, you know, modded into, you know, cheaper arcade sticks, so I can get something that's, you know, feels really, really good and is, like, you know, going to be lasting me quite a while, as opposed to something that feels cheap and, you know, makes me just want to wish I was just using a D-pad or something. Man, some of these things when I play them again, you gotta realize just how much, how unfair this type of game is if you're not extremely good at them. Man, they were just trying to steal your credits. You know, take your quarters for all they're worth, or take your Japanese yen or whatever your other currency is. It's crazy. Bam. Come on, die already. Jeez, that was hard. Probably would have spent like something like $12 already on this game. Yeah, but that's how arcade operators made their money, by making games or buying games from arcade suppliers like this that were very, very difficult. Like, what is even going on here? I'm being attacked by buildings in Russia. The craziness. Power-ups everywhere, but I'm gonna lose them almost instantly. Also, what's up with the helicopter that is that big? Like, I'm a frickin' jet, so that helicopter is like the size of, I mean, like an entire building. Ah, the craziness of Aero Fighters. Alright, well, I'll bring that to the end of the video. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions about this game, feel free to leave those in the comment section down below. Also, be sure to hit the like button, because hitting the like button helps support my channel and lets me know that you guys want to see more videos like this. So once again, if you guys have arcade recommendations that you want me to cover in the future, feel free to leave those in the comment section down below as well, because, you know, I want to know what arcade games you want me to cover, because there's probably a lot of games that the younger generation haven't ever heard of, because they were never ported to consoles, or even if they were, the arcade versions are almost always better. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Once again, this is Aero Fighters, or Sonic Wings as it's known in Japan. It was released in 1992, Video Systems, and it spawned the mega popular Aero Fighters franchise on the Neo Geo. So once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.